Voting for the future. The Stillwater School Board plans to vote on a bond that has massive implications for the future of education. Find out what the plans entail. A massive halt in student loans. One federal judge has halted a program that would help relieve the burden on student loans. We'll tell you why in our national headlines. And preparing for the cold. We'll show you how the maintenance team on campus begins their work to ensure student safety as the winter weather is coming to town. That and much more is straight ahead on the Daily O. Winter is on the way here in Stillwater, and OSU is beginning to prepare. Good evening, and welcome to the Friday edition of the Daily O. I'm Brody Myers. We're glad you're with us. It's no secret this morning when Stillwater residents walked out their doors that the winter season is right around the corner. The campus maintenance continues to assemble for the conditions that lie ahead. Our own Nathan Shell has the latest.
It's now November, and it's beginning to get chilly and stilly. With the temperatures lowering and the chance of precipitation coming in all shapes and sizes, Oklahoma State makes some alterations to their campus during the winter months, both aesthetically and to take measures of precaution.
The topiaries are pulled and put in the greenhouse due to the plants not being cold hardiness. So we bring those in to make sure that they don't die out through the winter over the cold weather. Then the campus during the snow and ice plan, we normally have a meeting. The priority areas are attacked first, getting those cleared as quickly and safely as possible. Safety is our main goal for everyone.
The Landscape Services branch of the Facilities Management team here at OSU assigns 10 different zones on campus to help ensure the protection of Oklahoma State students campus-wide. From a student perspective, there are a lot of different changes that can be observed as the year begins to come to a close.
I feel like someone that's been here for a couple years, I noticed three main things that change. The first one is that the fountain in front of the library gets drained. The second would be that the OSU topiary that's around campus gets removed. And then I think the last thing is just that all the little animals stop coming out.
Whether it's rain, snow, sleet, or hail, OSU outdoor faculty has you covered from Boone Pickens Stadium to Greek Row. For anyone interested in seeing the winter plan, it is accessible to the public.
If anybody wants to know more detail on the plan, you can go to our website and pull it up. Go to the FM website, Facilities Management website. That snow plan is on the front page.
Stay safe out there, Cowboys. Reporting for Ocali TV, Nathan Shell.
Thanks for that, Nathan. In other news, Stillwater police are now asking for your help locating a suspect accused of burglary and theft. The suspect, shown on the screen, has reportedly been using a crowbar to gain access into multiple machines throughout the city, causing damages and taking money. Anyone with information about the suspect is encouraged to call the Stillwater Police Department tip line 405-533-8477. The Stillwater Board of Education approved a bond proposal this week. The bond is worth $195 million. If passed, it will build a new high school building as well as a new athletics hub. The future high school will be located in the area that is currently the Cimarron Plaza, just north of Pioneer Stadium. The new athletics building with administrative offices and a weight room would overlook the football field. The bond does not raise or create any new taxes. It just decides if the existing tax dollars are worthy of those building projects. Stillwater voters will decide that question in February. Today is Veterans Day. On behalf of Ocali TV, we thank all the brave men and women who have served our country. OSU fans can now buy some vet-themed OSU gear just in time for tomorrow's blackout game. The University store is selling some shirts, a hoodie, and a hat benefiting Folds of Honor. The display for that merchandise is located right up front in the Student Union store. Time for a quick commercial break. When we come back, looking to travel for the holidays, we'll tell you which airports you should avoid if you want to get to your destination. Also, one major necessity for Americans continues to be on the rise. Find out more in our national headlines. The Daily O will be right back.
everybody, my name is Emily Shooping. I'm your marketing coordinator for the Made in Oklahoma Coalition. I'm coming to you with an amazing opportunity. We are teaming up with the Ocali Media Group at Oklahoma State University. We want to tell your story on the following platforms: streaming, newspaper, and digital. This opportunity will not only allow your story to be told locally, but nationally as well. I am so excited for each of you to join in on this tremendous opportunity. This will not only be good for your business, but it will be good for our great state of Oklahoma. You can be expecting an email from me soon with more details about this opportunity. Local has a name, local has a face, local has a flavor. The Made in Oklahoma Coalition.
You may have been to casinos at some point in your life, but do you really know the truth behind the game you're playing?
And the casinos were very polemic or very controversial when they came out. But the truth was, that's all the federal government gave us.
Casino is owned by the Chickasaw Nation and has roughly 600,000 square feet of dedicated gambling space, making it the world's largest casino. It contributed massively to the Chickasaw Nation, posting a net revenue of $1.4 billion for the fiscal year of 2017.
Welcome back into the Daily Go. Let's take a look into your national headlines. If you've been grocery shopping lately, you've probably noticed that food prices are still climbing. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, food was 0.6% more expensive in the month of October compared to September. That's a slower pace than earlier this year, but adds to already significant increases since the beginning of the year. Grocery prices have jumped 12.4%, restaurant prices have jumped 8.6%. Although the Fed has made moves to help curb inflation, it hasn't helped food prices much. Extreme heat, drought, and a deadly avian flu have hurt crops and impacted the supply of turkeys and eggs. Higher energy costs have also come into play, affecting fertilizer and transportation costs. The biggest price increases were seen in the dairy aisle throughout the year. Eggs jumped a whopping 43%, peanut butter nearly 27%. In other news, a federal judge struck down President Biden's student loan forgiveness program on Thursday, declaring it unlawful. District Judge Mark Pittman ruled that the program, which would have provided borrowers with up to $20,000 in student loan relief, was unconstitutional exercise of Congress's legislative power. The Biden administration has argued that it has authority to forgive student loans under the Higher Education Relief Opportunities for Students Act of 2003. However, Pittman rejected this argument on Thursday, finding, quote, no clear congressional authorization for the program. Biden's debt relief program would forgive up to $10,000 in student loans for borrowers who make under $125,000 and up to $20,000 for those who receive Pell Grants. Twitter's new paid blue checkmark system, touted by owner Elon Musk, was suspended Friday with little warning. It comes just 2 days after its official launch sparked a wave of accounts impersonating high-profile figures and organizations. It's not immediately clear when Twitter might restore it. The blue checkmarks used to mean someone's identity had been verified under a free system. Under the new system, before being suspended, it came with the updated monthly paid Twitter Blue subscription service and no longer verified an identity. That just served as a paid subscriber badge. Meanwhile, a separate newly introduced gray official badge returned in inconsistent fashion late Thursday. The gray badges initially launched Wednesday as a way to help users differentiate legitimate celebrity and branded accounts from those that had merely paid for the blue checkmark. Hours later, Musk abruptly tweeted that he had killed the feature. For those who have plans to travel for the holidays, you may want to check or double check where your layover is before taking off. According to a study from Price for Limo, 3 of the top airports that Oklahomans fly into for their layover rank at the top of delays and cancellations. DFW, Chicago O'Hare, and Denver International led all at the top of the list in terms of cancellations, tallying over 7,000 this year. When it comes to delays, the same three stay as the top, but in a different order, as Denver is number 1, followed by Dallas and then O'Hare. For those who are looking to have a layover in a hub with the least amount of delays, Delta Airlines may be the way to go. Salt Lake City International and Minneapolis-St. Paul place as 2 of the best for travelers. Back here on campus, the Oklahoma State Aviation Program continues to rank among one of the best in the nation. For one aviation student, he looks to achieve his sky-high dream of becoming a commercial pilot. Michaela Kiersey has more.
It is many people's dream to fly, but not all get the chance to live that dream. Jonathan Byers is chasing his dream and making it a reality. Byers first got his interest in flight when he was very young, watching his dad work on airplanes, specifically F-35s. Soon Byers realized his dream to be a pilot because he loved aviation and wanted to fly. Byers got his first license at Meacham Airport in Fort Worth, Texas at 17 years old, then decided to travel all the way to Oklahoma State University for college, where he could broaden his horizons. Byers said the moment he stepped on campus, he fell in love with it and knew that this is exactly where he was meant to be at the time. He has now been flying for over 5 years.
I didn't realize it was an achievable goal until I came to OSU and realized they had a really good program. Then once I got here, I got my instrument license and my commercial license at OSU. And then now I'm working on my flight instructor license here at Hangar 1, which is where I am now.
Byers said the toughest thing about flying was learning how to fly in bad weather or extremely cloudy conditions, but he overcame these struggles and passed all of his flight tests. Byers plans to move to Hawaii after graduation to fly for a company called Fly Maui. He will also be a flight instructor there as well. He dreams to one day fly private planes for famous people and eventually to fly his favorite plane, an F-35. Jonathan is now living out his dream by taking flight, and he plans to thrive in the sky.
Thanks for that, Michaela. You know, I'm a little jealous. I've always wanted to fly a plane myself, but who hasn't? It's been a chilly one here in Stillwater. Taking a look into your 7-day forecast right now. I can tell you right now, my joints are a little bit cold. Today, high 48, low of 32, warming back up as we get into the weekend. High of 50, low of 24. Sun's out for the game tomorrow. A little bit warmer on Sunday, a high 55, a low of 26. Monday, rain chances at 70%. High 45, low of 32. Sun coming back out in the middle of the week. High 45, low of 28. High 45, low of 26 on Wednesday. Getting all the way up to a balmy 52. Just kidding. On Thursday, low of 23. Time for a quick break on the Daily O, but when we return, Connor Bergen has sports.
I'm Kristen Hawkins. I went to Oklahoma State University here in Stillwater in 99 to 2004. I've always felt like Stillwater needed more family-friendly things to do, and we have opened up AR Workshop. We do everything from knitting blankets that can be done in a 3-hour class. And we create doormats and porch signs, the Christmas wreaths with our yarn that we use for the blankets. We also do, we just started a new project for gnomes, and we've done pumpkins during the fall. But our big thing that we do here are interior signs. Our designs are extremely unique to AR Workshop. Customers come in, everything is here for them to do. They create everything. They can be as hands-on as they want. They came in here to relax and have fun, and that they are proud of their project that they've made.
Our state is one of the most beautiful and unique states in the USA. With diverse geographies, the historic Route 66, unforgettable restaurants, and some of the greatest people on the planet. With so much to see and so much to do, living in Oklahoma means one of the best vacation spots is right in our own backyard. Doesn't this story need to be told? As filmmakers and photographers based right here in Oklahoma, we thought so. And hey, who doesn't like a good road trip? So, we packed up our cameras, teamed up with Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell and the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department, and that's how this series was born. We want to show you why traveling within the great state of Oklahoma is a great idea. So come join us for thousands of miles over the next year, from Broken Bow to Black Mesa. This is the Oklahoma Road Trip.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Hey there, sports fans, and welcome back into the Daily O. Connor Bergen here to help guide you throughout the sports world before we get into that weekend. Let's start things off here in Stillwater. Despite holding a lead for over half the game, Cowboy basketball dropped their first game of the season to the Southern Illinois Salukis, 61-60. Our own Kylie Austin has the recap.
The Oklahoma State Cowboys took their first loss of the season Thursday night against Southern Illinois. With under a minute to go, the Pokes started to trail, ultimately losing 61-60. Here are a few things Coach has to say about tonight's performance.
Disappointing. There's certainly ending to the game. Frustrating that we didn't execute better offensively down the stretch because, for most of the game, our defense was so good. Let me take a step back first. Southern Illinois is a good team, and I think they're going to win a lot of games. So I want to give them credit for not, losing their composure when we built a double-digit lead in the second half, and even when we made a run there and our crowd got into it, just kind of keeping their composure and doing what they do. And at the end of the day, their two best players really led them in a way that gave them a chance. For us, it was a lot of self-inflicted wounds, if you will. There's an opportunity here for us to get better. And we got several games left for us to get better and learn. And this could be one of those moments that's a critical point for us moving forward. Tonight gave me a lesson for the guys who were here that, hey, we got to tighten up, especially late in the game. And, the thing I feel like we should have been able to extend it from 13 to 15, 16 and really put real pressure. So, we just got to get better.
Everything's flowing, we're getting a lot of easy baskets, so it's easy to kind of, just kind of relax and, maybe give up a backdoor or give up an extra three. And, then those things kind of pile up and you look up and you're only up three. Then we're back in a dogfight. So I think just understanding just to put teams away and not get complacent with the little things.
Now the Pokes are going to hit the road and go to Oakland. We will keep you updated on the road. For Ocali TV, I'm Kylie Austin.
Thanks for that, Kylie. The Cowboys, they will look to get back into that win column this Saturday. They're going to travel to hit the road to Oakland, Michigan against the Golden Grizzlies. Tip-off for that is set for 2 p.m. Well, it was a big week for head coach J.C. Hoyt in her era here at OSU. After winning her first game earlier this week, Hoyt and her program scored on gaining some future help for the program. On Thursday, 2 new players signed their letter of intent to join the Cowgirl program in Stacey Hurd and Mia Galbraith. Hurd, the former Frontier Conference Player of the Year, is coming off a stellar junior season for Sapulpa, averaging over 19 points per game, earning Oklahoma State all honors for her play. Galbraith follows suit for her dominance on the court as well. The Austin, Texas native was named to the SB Live's All-Central Texas first team for her play, averaging over 15 points per game while tallying up over 3 steals per game. Both players look to be big additions for a Cowgirl program that has never been well known for its recruiting additions. Keeping things here with OSU Athletics, it's been an exciting Friday for cross country for both men and women's cross country. Both competed in the Midwest Regionals in Columbia, Missouri, as the women faced it first in the regionals, followed by the men's squad, who finished second from a tiebreaker. It was also a welcome back party for Isai Rodriguez. The former top 12 big runner ran away as the Midwest Regional champion, marking his first career postseason victory. Both men's and women's will now advance to the NCAA championships next week here in Stillwater. Speaking of which, Cowboy tennis is right around the corner as the 2023 season schedule was released Friday morning. The Cowboys will open up their season January 14th against the University of Rio Grande Valley. Some other notable matchups for OSU take place on the road, traveling out to face up against UNC, Vanderbilt, and Pepperdine before they wrap up their season back here in Stillwater against Baylor on April 16th. Now, also, let's start diving into soccer over at Neil Patterson Stadium. Cowgirls soccer joined the party when it comes to the additions of adding 8 new players, including 2 four-star recruits. Leading the charge for the new crew is midfielders Lawton Wilson and Lexi Lee, both placed within the top 80 for the class of all 2023 players. Following the additions, head coach Colin Carmichael released a statement saying that these additions fill big needs for his program. It's time for one last break here on the Daily O. But when we come back, Week 10 of the NFL kicked off last night. We'll tell you how both sides fared off in the matchup. Also, Cowboy football looks to get their offense back in gear. Find out what head coach Mike Gundy had to say. Don't go anywhere. The Daily O will be right back.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Over the years, we kind of realized that you can get ribs anywhere, you can get a steak anywhere, but you can't always get a Mountain View hot link like ours. So we really decided to focus on that niche and realized we had something really special. So that's when we started focusing more on the hot links, but it's still the same family recipe they were making all those years ago. For us, many of our people that work here have been with us for years and decades. So whereas machines kind of break down over time, the people just get better. And it shows in the products we produce. When you buy a Mountain View product, not only is it gonna taste dynamite, but you're also feeding Oklahomans. You're helping employ Oklahomans, and you're helping to fund the state's economy. So what's better than that?
Week 10 in the NFL is finally here. Thursday night, the Carolina Panthers, they got back into that win column, defeating the Atlanta Falcons 25-15. Running back Dante Foreman led the charge for the Panthers offense, breaking through tacklers all night long, going for a combined 130 yards while finding the end zone just once. For the Falcons, though, this was a tough loss when it comes to their standings in the NFC South. This loss now drops the team out of their tie for first place with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, while the Panthers, they now sit 2 games out for the top spot. The Falcons will look to get back to winning ways next week, playing host to the Chicago Bears, while the Panthers look to continue their win streak as they travel up to Charm City to match up against the Ravens. All right, now let's start moving things back here to Stillwater. We're now less than 24 hours away before kickoff between the Cowboys and the Iowa State Cyclones. The past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind for OSU on both sides of the ball, but a bigger focus is being put on regaining consistency in the offensive game plan. Our own Peyton Schmidt has more.
The Cowboys were able to bounce back following the loss to TCU with a homecoming win against Texas. But after taking back-to-back losses over the past 2 weeks in Kansas, fans are concerned with what looked like a team taking a trip to the Big 12 Championship for the second consecutive year to becoming a team that's struggling on both sides of the ball. There's no doubt that injuries have played a significant role in the Cowboys' performance over the past month, though it is important for the team and coaches to diagnose these issues to get back on track. Aside from injuries, running the ball is necessary to alleviate pressure off of inexperienced freshman quarterbacks Garrett Rangel and Gunnar Gundy, who are filling the shoes of Spencer Sanders. But opponents understand the lack of quarterback experience offensively and plan to stop the run, forcing the Cowboys to beat teams through the air. Ultimately, finding a way to get back to being two-dimensional is necessary for the Cowboys to find success on the field.
You get your back to the wall and you become a little bit one-dimensional, which can be an issue. And then what that does is that allows the play caller for the other team to dial up plays much more comfortably than in a situation where it's a 1 or 2 score game.
From beginning the season with just under 200 rushing yards a game to now rushing less than 100 yards a game, it's time the team figures out a response to this offensive slump. But there's no time to panic, says Mike Gundy, as the Cowboys look to get back on track this weekend against Iowa State.
I'm not really concerned about them. What we need to do is come up with a plan for things we did wrong, coaching-wise and concept-wise and player-wise. That'll be more of a boost for us than anything.
Reporting from the grounds of Boone Pickens Stadium here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, Peyton Schmidt, Ocali TV.
Thanks for that, Peyton. Now also make sure kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. Also, 1 hour before kickoff, you got to make Ocali TV your home for the pregame show. Dylan Walker, Emma Lightfoot, and the entire Ocali TV crew will keep you covered on everything you need to know leading up until kickoff. That's going to wrap things up for today. The Daily O will be right back in action on Monday, as Grayson Singleton will keep you informed with everything that goes down in the sporting world over the weekend. Have a safe weekend, everyone. For myself, Brody Myers, and the entire Ocali TV crew, thank you for watching and have a great evening.
Hi, I'm Shauna here at Where the Buffalo Roam in beautiful downtown Pawnee, Oklahoma. We have a lot of beautiful and unique items for sale in the store, but our #1 items are Navajo jewelry, Pendleton blankets, and Consuela. It's a great place to shop, a beautiful downtown, so come see us in Pawnee, Oklahoma.
The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Well, how I got started was my daughter said, "Mama, why don't we rent a booth at the Quarter Horse Show?" And it was very, very good because, you know, when you're giving your jelly away for free, people really do love it. But when you ask them to pay for it, then that's a true test. What makes my product so unique is the Scotch bonnet pepper. And the Scotch bonnet is a Jamaican pepper. And I had lived in Montego Bay, Jamaica for 4 years. So I learned how to handle the pepper and how to cook with it. I always say, you don't do this on your own. I mean, you have so many people that help you along the way. For me and for many of us, that's my name on that jar, and it better be good.
We use the very best of the best ingredients. Demerara sugar is the best that is. Very high quality fruits, berries. The milk we use is the best milk there is. That's what makes our product stand by itself. I like to make yogurt because I like to eat yogurt. We've been doing this for ourselves for many years because it's a tradition in our family. And we want to have a product which would be very similar to French yogurt, but with our touch of uniqueness, linking our name, our products, with the reputation of the Made in Oklahoma Coalition was probably the best thing we have done as far as promoting our product.